Welcome again. So I'm gonna do another look today, of course, because that's what I plan on doing on my channel mostly. Maybe it'll pick up, maybe it won't. This is just for fun right now, and it's helping me be creative. There is a specific kind of look that I would like to try to do today. I've never done this particular look, but I've done forms of it in the past before it was what it is today. And I don't even know if it's still called what it used to be called, but it was a cut crease. But when I first started doing my makeup, the cut crease was only like halfway through, and then it's like faded, and you blended your shadow really well, and it was just cut real sharp right there. So I want to try and do what everybody else does. I'm not everybody else, but I would like to attempt this particular look today. But I'm also going to make this line a little sharper. Maybe. I might end up putting my... I'm crooked. I'm a very crooked person. Pardon me. I am not afraid. It's just going to be in the way, kind of. Slightly. I'll fix it just a minute. But this is probably going to be crooked because I'm crooked at doing this. It's not as crooked as I usually make it. So we'll go with that for now. Okay. It's a little irritating, just a little. Apologies if the camera shakes any. I'm back sitting on my bed. I had a space to do this somewhere else, but I wanted to be comfortable today. I got me some e.l.f. This is eye primer. I got me some e.l.f. eye primer. I'm gonna move that out of the way now. Well, probably too much, but I find I apparently like to overdo it. To me. By the way, this eye primer, it says the color is just sheer. As you can tell, it's like fading out to sheer as I blend it into my eyelid. I don't know. Lip balms. I could use one. I'm gonna go with my Gryffindor lip balm. So today, just in case, I know I said that I was going to try a cut crease, but I don't think I actually went any further with saying the kind of look I'm going for today. My apologies. I'm a bit scatterbrained. Everybody in the house but me is sick, so there may also be cuts in the video where I have to go and tend to said sick peoples. So going back to when I started doing my makeup, transition shades were a thing, and I still like to stop it. I still like to use those. I think I'm going to use this one. I'm going to go in with this ColourPop palette. I don't know if I mentioned to anybody how much I like ColourPop. I'm also not sponsored by them. BT Dubs. I'm sure y'all probably figured that out because I buy everything myself. And I'm going to go into this. I'm going to go in this middle shade here. And this is going to be, this is BB Girl. I don't know if this is going to turn out the way I would like, but we about to see. And I'm going to pop this up in my crease. Just going to whistle at you. I am actually going up further with it than I usually would, but only for now. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have as much space as some people do between their eyebrow and their crease, so I have to work with what I got. So I'm going to go in with the same palette, and I'm going to use this color called Wink Wink right here. Wink Wink. And I'm going to put that in the same place. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I don't even know what this is going to look like because I've never attempted this particular look. I probably should have practiced it off camera, but yeah, y'all are going to learn with me. Oh, that should be enough for the moment. So I'm going to go in with this Ace palette here, and I'm going to go in with this red color right here. Okay? It is called Camping. Camping. And it looks vibrant. La da 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 da. Whoa. This is my color. that I wanted. Almost. I feel quite warm right now, and I'm thinking about turning on my fan. That's what it's called. This one. So I'm going to take this first color, and I'm going to go over the top of that, kind of blend it down a little bit, and I'm probably going to screw it all up, but hey, mistakes happen. This is how we learn. See, this side's way up close to the eye. Alright, so I had to sit back for a few minutes, stretch out my legs. They're kind of hurting. So is my back. And so I went ahead and I darkened that darker red shade, that camping shade, a little more. Now I'm going to take this clean brush and I'm just going to blend everything. And I could be screwing this all up 5 ways to Sunday. But, like I said, mistakes happen. I am learning. And you're going to learn with me. Sounds like fun? I know some people probably don't think it's fun, but here we are. So now I'm going to take my e.l.f. Camo Concealer. This is the quote-unquote old one in Fair Warm. I'm going to use this. And no, I'm not telling you what kind of brushes they are because most every brush that I've used are just cheap brushes I got on Amazon. They're not special. Okay. So now I'm going to Is this how you do this? I don't remember. Can somebody help me? Oh, cool. I got it on my lashes. No. Sorry, I have to check my phone, and I don't never know if it's gonna be one of my sick people. Hair in my face. This is very precise work. Why did I decide that I wanted to do this? Whose idea was this? Somebody stop me. That just don't look right to me, but you know what? What have I been saying this whole time? Mistakes happen. It's how we learn from them. Nobody is perfect. Do you know how difficult that is for me? I'm a perfectionist. If it's not right the first time, I freak out. But that's just me. I am a perfectionist. Now I gotta figure out what color I'm gonna put over there. Little trick I learned from Nady Poplux, aka Zipoplux.
Balloon jungle.
Well, folks, beans. You are all my beans. I am the octopus mushy, and you are all my beans. But beans, my sweet beans, I think this is as good as this is going to get for me today. This is a look that I must practice a few more times. Because this is not a look that I am going to be able to do so well, especially the first time. Now, I know most the concealer area they use just, a very light matte color. I don't want to use a very light matte color. I like shimmers. I like shimmer colors, so I want to use a shimmer color. So I'm going to go in with my Good as Gold palette from ColourPop. And it's very messy, shut up. I'm going to go in with this light color here. It's called 24K. It's very nude, very shimmery. But, it's too dark to be like a highlight color unless that's just what you're into. And I'm just going to pat this along through there. I can't see anything at this angle. I'm sorry, I'm covering up everything with my mirror. Probably be better if I use my finger, but there's a crisp line that I need to continue to be aware of. I'm going to go in with a little bit just to see if I can get it. Oh, I'm not going to get it up to that line like that, but I hear coughing and it's making me anxious. Okay, I think that eye is pretty much done. So now let's attempt to saturate this one. Don't worry, I'll probably take this off just as soon as the video is over. I have to take my little boy to the doctor in a little bit. I'm not really gonna go to the doctor with this great big extravagant for me look on my face. So I think that's as good as that's gonna get for now. I do hate my lines, but it is what it is. If I went any lower, I've got my Harry Potter Hufflepuff eyeliner instead. I figured this is gonna work better. Maybe might have to go over it a couple of times, but sorry. I should probably. Oh, it looks funny. Like me. I can tell you this look is probably not for me. And I don't just mean these colors. I mean this particular style. I will practice at it. But I will not promise that I'm going to continue to do it. It just looks so much better on other people. And maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Stomach is hurting. Oops. Another mistake. Alright. That's as good as that's getting. Hope nobody makes fun of me too much for that. Before I move on with the eyes, I have an issue that I can't get past. And that's doing my face before my under eyes. So I got my new CC cream in. Also, it is light neutral. And in person, I don't know how this is going to show up on camera yet, but I have used it once with my new brush, my e.l.f. brush. I forgot how to read. complexion duo. I will take this, take a couple, just meet on that. I might need a little more. Now, the one time that I've used this in person, it matched my skin tone quite well until it oxidized. And it was just a little dark because it's light neutral, but I don't know. We're going to find out together how it looks on camera. Excuse me. Looks quite yellow on camera, but I promise it's neutral. It's not yellow. If you follow me on my Instagram, you will see just how better it matches me. And yeah, because on camera this is quite yellow. This is quite yellow, and I don't know why it's turning out yellow, because it is neutral undertones. Scared the fire out of me. This looks terrible on camera. So maybe in this particular lighting here at my parents' house, it doesn't actually match my skin tone either. It matched when I used it the last time, and the lighting that I was using it. So, well, apparently it does not match. So I may have to mix it with my other CC cream. Maybe it'll match then. But girls and boys, this don't match. I'm sorry, beans. My beans. My beans. This isn't working. But again, this is what we get today. This is all you're getting from me today. I will, before I film another video, I will try to get me a better color match than this for the sake of the video. I can't afford too much, but tis what it is. I'm going to go in with my new e.l.f. Pro Concealer. This is not the one I used on my eyes. This is, I can't read, Fair beige. A little there, and a little there, and a little there. And I think this one is also still a little too white for my skin, so we gotta live with what we got. You know what I forgot to do, y'all? I forgot to put on primer. Don't forget to put on your primer. I'm not going anywhere in this makeup, so it's okay. Just don't forget to put on your primer. I'm just going to take this side and blend out the whiteness a little more. You know, gotta make my face all yellow. I promise it don't look near as bad in person. It does look kind of yellow in person just because this lighting is different than the last lighting I used. La 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 la. Looks a little bit better. Well, at least my under eyes look a little bit better. Yay. Did something right. I think. I think I did something right. I am ordering a makeup brush cleaner today, one of those spinny ones. I could never justify buying myself one before, but with the amount of brushes I have and me actually filming and doing my makeup more often, I need them, and I don't have time to just sit and clean my makeup brushes every time that I do my makeup. This is my HD powder by e.l.f. if y'all didn't understand. Also, did I mention that I'm not sponsored by e.l.f. either? Because I'm not. I just really like their products. Oh, I was going to use a different highlight today. Oh, well, it's too late. Look at that line. It is what it is, y'all. I don't care. Like I said, this is learning. This is me learning today. The eyeshadow look is not my favorite look I've ever done. I'm not sure this particular style of eyeshadow look is for me. We've also learned that my new CC cream is quite yellow on me on camera. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to... What? I'm going to continue on. I'll continue on. So I'm going to use this angled brush that I had gotten out a while ago to try to use for glitter, which it turned out to not work anyways. And I'm going to go in with this camping color again and pop that on my under eye. And that's the only color I'm going to put on my underlid. So to try to keep from having any fallout, I'm just going to pat that in there, and I'm just going to go to the edge of my eye. Get all the excess out of there, and then kind of, okay, that's where we're stopping for the time being. I'm probably gonna look sick later once I try to take this off. I do have an e.l.f. makeup melting cleansing balm that I got with my order. I did order it as well because I wanted to try it out, and the first time that I got to use it, I actually really liked it. It did a really good job, especially taking off my Epic Wear eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, because that stuff don't like to come off for me. Which, you know, is a good thing throughout the day, but when it's time to come off, it's time to come off, you know? So I think I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to take this brush that I used the lightest color on today, and I'm going to blend that out. I'm going to attempt to blend that out. So I'm going to go in with my Artist Couture highlighter, the Cocoa Bling color. I'm going to pop a little bit of that on my inner corners and my brow bone, because I'm ruining the look, but I'm gonna feel weird without it. I almost put that in the wrong place. And then a little bit right here. Oh, my eyebrows need to be fixed. Okay, and I'll pop some on the end of my nose right here. And then I'll also pop some up the bridge of my nose right here. And then I'll take my Highlight and Glow, take that same Artist Couture, highlight that cheek bone a little more, please, because I'm a highlighter hoe. Highlighter hoe. I'm from southern Oklahoma. I'm fixing to do everything. I'm about to use some liquid eyeliner, and I would like to have that. I would like to have all of my powder products done before. Okay. Let's see if this one will work. Also ColourPop. Because I think black was not the right color for today. I love you forever, forever is over. So that was my nude ColourPop eyeliner. There it is. That's the right brush. We're going with this Note blush. I don't know if I told you about this. Desert Rose by Note. It was a gift. I don't know how much Note costs. But I really don't need very much of it at all. It's very potent, I guess you could say. Alright, powder products done. Now I'm gonna take my Gryffindor liquid eyeliner. I should actually probably take my Ravenclaw? No, Hufflepuff. And put that back away. Pardon me. This is my first time getting to use this eyeliner, so wish me luck. Look, I look funny. So let's get in real close so y'all can see too. I'm going to connect them because I want to. I'm going to have to go over this a second time. It actually probably should have went more out this way, but I have weird eyes. I love you forever, forever is over. That's what I'm gonna have to let this dry and go over it a second time. That's the thing with these particular eyeliners. Gotta be careful with them or they're gonna make spots like that one right there. I don't know if you can see it or not. So we'll move on to the next eye. Caramels, sweet sour bells, all seem to say it's as always. Christmas is here, bringing the cheer To the young and old, meek and the bold, ding dong, that is the song with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, holy bell, raising the sound, or Hillendale, telling the tale. Gaily they ring while people sing songs. Go, 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 go. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. On this and on without end. Getting old sucks. I'm really starting to hurt, so I'm gonna have to hurry up and finish this soon. I'm not gonna do false lashes today. I'm not gonna contour. I'm not gonna bronze. I'm pale. Can't really be a goth queen and be bronze. It's really not how that works. Piece of shit. Sorry. I just want it to work so I can be done. So yeah, again, it looks more evil than it does Christmassy, but hey, here you go. This is what you get. I don't know what happened. I haven't a clue. What did I do? Never mind, I found it. So let's go ahead and do my eyebrows real fast. I'm going to use the ColourPop brows today, which is not my color either, but it is what it is. Brunette, the spoolie has lost its lid, so I keep it in a specific place, so I don't care. I'm going to fix that up real fast. Right here. It's bald. Look at it. There's nothing there. No, there is. I just want them a little darker. This is how I do my brows. Don't do your brows like I do. It's terrible. I color them in around the follicles because the follicles are really, the eyebrows around the follicles are really light. So there, that's what you get. That's not the right one. Throw that away. Not away, but in the bag. Throw that in the bag. Throw that in the bag. Throw these in the bag. Go with my big mood, which this is the new one. And I have tossed the other. One seemed to hear words of a cheer from everywhere, filling the air. I'm itchy.
I need my phone.
You have to wait.
I can reach it. Oh, no, I can't reach it. Never mind.
You can see just how much longer my lashes actually are when I don't have black eyeliner on. Liquid eyeliner, that is. I've got the Christmas song in my son's head.
What?
What?
What'd you say?
I'm talking. I'm filming.
You I heard you say Harry Potter.
It's not at all what I said.
What she said.
There we go. Long, luxurious lashes. Don't roll my eyes too far. And then I'm going to take some red lipstick from ColourPop Jack Skellington collection. Because why the fuck not? I hope my mom doesn't watch this. Mom, don't watch this. I curse. Nope, don't have lip liner. Don't ask me about it.
What?
This is as good as it's gonna get for the time being. My lips are still chapped. Bee boppity bow. Okay. Here's my look. This is my awful, terrible, somewhat Christmas look. So, what do you guys think? Remember, don't hate. Just be honest. Constructive criticism is welcome. Flat out hatred, not welcome. But whatever. Like, yes, I know my foundation looks way too yellow on camera. I get it. This was my first time attempting this particular kind of cut crease look, and I personally don't like it, but it was my first time. We all make mistakes. I'm not wearing my nose ring, but I don't care. Yeah, it is what it is. I can practice the look a little bit off camera to see if I can do it any better, but I'm not going to make any promises that it will get better. But with that, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this video to a close because I'm really starting to hurt. I'm gonna have to take something. Follow me on Instagram. I have technically three, but I have two different accounts. Octosmushy, just like I am here. OCTOSMUSHY, and also Beauty Boxes and Beyond. I'm also on TikTok, also Octosmushy, if you would like to watch my cringy videos there too, if you don't already. So leave me a like and a comment, subscribe if you're not, and enjoy your dates or your evenings, my little beans. Everybody's going to be my little bean now. I don't care, you're all my beans. So yes, have a good day, my sweet little beans. Bye. Oh, I found an outro. Bye.